Okay, welcome back to the channel. Eyes and Ears Tactical, man, back in the building. So, man, this one's another viewer request, man. I guess people don't like to really go back in your library and look at stuff. So, somebody asked me, can you do a video on your battle belt, range belt, whatever you want to call it? I mean, I don't know. People call it a whole bunch of stuff. I don't really say battle belt because I'm not in no battle right now. So for me, it's just a range belt. But it could be activated into a battle belt. All right, here we go. Let me get this up in here. Not really sure if it's going to fit all in the frame. But, yeah, I don't know if that's going to work. But we're going to try to get as much as possible in here. But a part of this was about the IFAC too. They wanted to know what the IFAC, how it looks on a range belt. And this is kind of how it looks. Shout out to the great state of Louisiana. Let's take a look at that, see how that looks. So this is basically how it looks right here. And I'll go over all the parts to it. But off top, this is the IFAC. Now, this is a little bit much. Again, it's kind of, I got it chuck full. And what I like about this IFAC system on this belt, let me just start from the beginning in case somebody's wondering. The belt is by Wolf Tactical. Okay, very affordable belt. There's a lot of other belts you can buy, much more durable probably, all that kind of stuff. Again, I always say this. I'm not a Navy SEAL. I'm not Delta Team. I'm Delta Forces. I'm not gonna be jumping out of a helicopter, being drugged by a tank, none of that kind of stuff, man. Just basically going to the range, and if I have some civil unrest and I gotta go, I can just slap this on my waist, and I know it's all built out, ready to go. So that's the purpose of this, just basically range and shit at the fan situation where you just gotta grab your gear and go. But yeah, what I like about this IFAC, again, this pouch can be found on Amazon. All the contents were not on Amazon. So just make that clear. And, you got your medical, tab right there, Velcro. So what I like about this one, again, it holds a lot of stuff. I like to carry more than I need. Some people like a little smaller because they don't want the weight. I don't trip off all that weight, man. Just man up, whatever, or woman up. But I got a Sharpie in here, ink pen right here. And what I like about this, you got the snap to hold it in place, but you can just rip this off just like that. And then you can just actually throw it to somebody, say, hey man, I need meds, medical kit, and you just toss the whole kit. You can pull it, you got that handle. So that makes it really convenient. And you got the hook and loop on the back. So that's what I like about this one, is that you can snatch it off your gun belt. And you don't have to, it's just not committed to your belt, And I'll go over a few things in here. It's kind of like if you saw my other IFAC video, it's similar stuff in here, just overpack, overchuck. I have a tourniquet in here, but I also have one on the gun belt also. Same stuff, bleed stop, gotta have bleed stop, chest seal, and as you can see, all kind of other stuff, low sugar, tweezers, all kind of gauzes and stuff like that, eye wash, you got the glow sticks in there, stuff like that, nitrile gloves, burn gel, wipes, and what's this? This is the, the thermometers. These are the strip thermometers. You just, one-time use. There's a couple of them in here, I believe. Try to go over this for you guys. Yeah, so there's a couple of these, and you just basically take those strips, and then you can get somebody's temperature really quick. You know what I mean? So I like these. It's good to have in your kit. You got all your little wound dressings and gauzes and stuff like that. Abdominal patch. Just stuff like that. And what's back here? Band-aids and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of stuff that you would need if someone actually got shot, to be honest with you. This is what this is all about. A lot of blood dropping, and you need to stop that bleed. And so that's what this kit is really primarily based on. So Just want everybody to see that. And like I said, someone's gonna say, well, you got way too much stuff up in there. You know, I talked to someone, my neighbor, when I lived in San Diego. He is an active Navy SEAL, based out of Coronado, California. That's where Buds is at. I don't know if anybody know that. But yeah, San Diego is where Buds is at, and then San Clemente is where Camp Pendleton's at. So Southern California, between San Diego and San Clemente, it's a lot of military. So when you live in that community, those communities, you are gonna be surrounded by military personnel. And that's why I keep telling people, don't go out west, particularly to San Diego, talking about all that liberal stuff, because it's very conservative. It's very red, very, very red in Southern California. It's a little more bluer in Northern California, but it's definitely red in Southern California once you get outside of Los Angeles. Okay, so let's keep it going now. Don't want this to be a super long video, but I'm just gonna do the best I can. So like I said, we got the Wolf Tactical belt, and it's a 2-part system belt. Just letting everybody see. So this part is kind of tacky, so it you have your regular belt on if you want. I will, because I have pants on, and then if this goes around that, and as you can see, you got to fit it the way you want it. And this part the belt doesn't move when it's on your body, and then you have the outer part, and it's just basically what is it called, the Cobra buckle system right there. And like I said, there's other belts that are more expensive and all that kind of stuff, but I got a friend, Desert_operator 556, my buddy Chip in San Diego, turned me on the Wolf Tactical, and you'll like the price point. I'm not going to say the price, but you'll like the price point on this. And it does everything a regular belt would do. It's just, like I said, just if you want to spend more money, go for it, but it's not necessary. Let's see. These are my mags right here, 19-round mags. Okay. And then you have the P mags here, 30-round AR mags. Got a couple of those on there with the window. You got a dump bag right here, so you can, deploy that real quick and put whatever you want inside of it. Dump your mags in there, or snacks or something like that at the range, whatever you want to do. And it just folds up pretty neat like this. Just put it all back in there like that. Okay, then we already discussed the IFAC. And then I have a couple of utility pouches here with the multi-tool. My son gave me a Gerber a while back, and then he got a flashlight right there. And this is the part I got to upgrade. This is more like a neck knife, but I need a fixed blade for my belt, because this is kind of lame. Then I have this is my Tier 1 concealed Centurion holster. So this is a really good holster right here, level 2 with the hood and everything right there. And I put this little leg strap on there. And this has the Safariland QLS system with the plate system that you pop off. And you can put other holsters on here, different calibers, whatever you want. So that's what I like about that, is the plate system right here. You buy this little mid-ride plate, and then you buy these, and then you could just basically slide your gun on there. So if you want to change out this gun, you ain't got to, it ain't that difficult to do, you know what I'm saying? So this is the Centurion holster, and a tourniquet right here. Now, you see this tourniquet is black. Someone said, whoa, I did a video on my first day, and I had these high-vis ones. So these high-vis ones are for civilians. These are not what you would see in a battle, because this will give your position away. So, but these are for civilians. So when the EMTs roll up, they can see this, spot this a lot faster than this. So the black ones, but the black ones are good, but this stick is plastic, so I don't really like that one too much, but that's the difference. So if you're in combat, they're not gonna have a high-vis tourniquet running around in the jungle or whatever. You're gonna have a black one. So that's the difference on those. So now the firearm that I use for this, that I'm gonna be using on this one, now that I have it, is the 19X with the Zulisi green dot optic on here with that big giant window. Yeah, so this is the one I'll be using with the Oak Plus optic on there. Then a TLR 7A. So that, yeah, this is the gun that I wanted to pair up with my gun belt, and I think this would go great. And so it just goes right up in there. This is a light bearing holster, and then that's how that looks in there. I think that looks pretty clean. Pretty nice setup. Oops, sorry about that. Pretty nice little setup. I don't know why this ain't stand all of a sudden. Was it hitting that beaver tail? I gotta make an adjustment on this. It's not staying up there, huh? I think it's because that beaver tail. Let me see. Yeah. So the beaver tail's not allowing it to stay up there. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I just didn't have it pulled all the way up. So yeah, that's how that looks. Now, one of the great things that I want to show you on this system right here, the reason why I like that Safariland system, you can run multiple guns on here. So let me show you real quick. So I think everybody should have some kind of belt system set up like this. This is always harder to do when you... Okay, so let me show you. Now, if I wanted to run my Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS, I already got a Safariland holster. This is an actual Safariland holster right here. So you can see this is actually a Safariland holster, and they're out of Paris, California. So I've been on Safariland since like, shit, man, 2006, whatever, using their holsters. They're more into duty holsters, but they do civilian holsters and stuff like that. But they made their mark in law enforcement and military. So yeah, I got this one right here, and it has the ALS, the locking system right here, so somebody can't come up behind you and snatch your gun out your holster. But yeah, if I want to run my Glock 19, I forgot this one's not this is not MO optic ready, so I can't run that one. But I can run my Glock 23 because it doesn't have an optic on it. So. But this one can run inside of this holster right here. It's got to put the light on it, the TLR 7A on there. But anyway, my point is you can see you can run multiple calibers, different guns. This is the Glock 23. And all you got to do is just slide it on. This is an unloaded gun, by the way. All you got to do is just slide that on. Slide that into the plate. And there you go. Now you got the Glock 23 on the belt, and that's how that looks. Okay. So I really like this system, and that's one of the beautiful things about that Safariland system. And this is a lot easier to do when it's on your body. Now, if I wanted to run, let's say, if I wanted to run the Gen 3 Glock 19 or the 26L, it'll go right in there. So I got a holster set up for every last one of my guns to fit on my belt. So I really like that. Just goes in there like butter, right? Because this is a Glock 19/23 holster. So I got that going. Now, if I wanted to run, let's say if I wanted to run a full-size firearm, I have my Safariland holster right here. It's another Safariland holster. The plate's kind of covering the markings. And this is for the Glock 21, Glock 20, Glock 22, any full-size Glock basically. And has that little like velour velvet stuff in there to keep your gun from getting marred up. But yeah, you got the QLS system right here too. So yeah, if I want to run my Glock 21, clear firearm, by the way. If I want to run my Glock 21, this is a Gen 3 Glock 21 45 auto. All I got to do is just stick it in there, right there, bam. And you got the system right here to unlock it. And that's how that looks. And you just slide that right onto the plate too. Boom, just put that on there. There you go. Now you got a full-size firearm on your belt now. So yeah, I just want to show that my belt, and It's pretty cool once you get it set up. You know, like you got to buy all these little pouches and things like that. And I know someone's gonna ask what pouches are what. These are basically like one Tigris, like I don't know, some company Spanker. All these little pouches are just like just average. Uh, you know, they're not the high end like G code. If you go searching around, you'll see G code, really high quality, costs a little bit more money. But I didn't think I really needed that, so I just basically got the little budget ones, and so that's basically how it looks. And yeah, you know, it's just something that you might want to build out and have set up in case you gotta, you know, get up out of Dodge, you know. And that's my setup just for this one right here, though. So let me know what you guys think, and do you have something like this set up? Do you have something like this set up just in case? But I tell you what, if you do set something up like that, try to look at Safariland. I'm not telling you to do it. Just take a look at it, because you can have several holsters. You can have several guns for your one belt system if you do decide to go Safariland. Just got to get the plates, and then you get your holster. And you got to have that 3-hole system in the back though for the Safariland. Just basically, long as you know the holster's compatible with Safariland plate system, you'll be fine. Just make sure when you go that route that you make sure that the holster is compatible with Safariland plate and fork system. It's called the plate fork system. So this is the fork, and then the part on the holster is the plate, and then the fork slides into it, and then you should be good to go. So let me know what you guys think, man. Like I said, it can hold all these guns, because all three of these, this, and this all fits in here and in here. All these guns, 1, 2, 3, fits in that one holster, but you just gotta have the TLR 7A. This only fits the full-size Glocks without a light. This holds all 3 of these guns without a light, but it's not optic ready, as you just found out. I just realized that. Because I wasn't really into optics, you know, for the most part. But the mere fact that I could have 5 Glocks fit in three holsters on my belt, that's a really nice thing to have. So if I bugged out, I can just take this and put it in my bag just like this. And if this gun goes dry or whatever, I can just slap this on, keep going. Same here. This goes dry, I can slap this on, keep going. And I don't have to like change out, take my belt off and put another holster on. I ain't do any of that. All I gotta do is just pop that fork system out and just keep on trucking. So let me know what you guys think, man. Thanks for stopping by. And if you got any questions, drop in the comment box. And until the next one, I'll see you guys later. Stay blessed. Peace.